find out what you've been doing.
We'll pick you up in this exact spot.
Okay. He kind of made it. That's good enough.
It was like, first up was like right there.
All right, so we are looking for a spot to set up tent. Yeah, that's pretty good. So being in Alaska and being in the Kenai Peninsula means that there are grizzly bears out here, big ones. In Alaska they call them brown bears. Brown bears, black bears. Obviously there's no one really out here, so we got to keep an eye on that. I forgot my bear spray in the car. Nice. Maggie has hers though. Here's our freshwater water source. There goes a salmon. Look at that. Swimming upstream. There he goes. Whoa. This is a fresh water river coming down from the glaciers behind us. That's the ocean out there. Every time Maggie has to go to the bathroom, she has to cross that salmon river. You actually have to jump to make it across.
I didn't make it.
She didn't make it.
Not this round.
Really? Oh yeah, you're wet.
A little bit.
Alright, it is dinner time. We have mushroom something.
Stroganoff.
Can't even say that word. I'm having spaghetti, of course. Saw a seal, got my feet up. Seal in the water, salmon, bald eagles flying overhead. It's pretty incredible, as long as there isn't a grizzly scare or a black bear scare. I think that's wind blowing the ocean like mist into the air. Like a sea twister. What are they called? Water spout. Alright, so this is probably the end of our first night in Alaska. So unless something crazy happens, this is the end of our night here in Thumb Cove. Beautiful morning here in Thumb Cove. It was an incredibly windy night. It took me a few hours to fall asleep. Maggie said she didn't sleep well either, but I don't believe her because she didn't move the entire night. Check out what is in our campsite. It's like an ancient car. All right, we are packed up, heading out. Best campsite ever. I'm sure you're noticing my new incredible sunglasses. They're not even mine. So now all that's left to do is wait for our ride. survived. All right. Well, that was an adventure.
Oh boy.
See ya. All right, we have officially hit the trail. You know, from wearing this hat, it's a big deal. Adventure hat. In terms of wildlife, in this area, Chugach of Alaska, we've got moose. I think we're traveling through good moose habitat. Mountain goats up when we get higher, black bears and grizzly bears. Maggie has a thing of hiking way too close to me. So every time I stop, she gets smashed in the face by something. She blames me. It's her fault because she's so incredibly close to me. Sometimes she's so close to me, I turn around, I can't see her because she's directly behind me. Wow. The views on this hike are amazing. There's a black bear. There's a black bear right there.
Oh, he's so pretty. Oh my goodness.
Keep going, bud. Don't want any surprises.
Yo, bear.
Gonna spray out. So until we get into an open area, I think it's gonna continue to be sketchy. Not knowing where this bear is. We're making plenty of noise. Kind of stood up and looked at us for a second and kept going. Wasn't too afraid. Lost Lake down there. So the peninsula here continues on the other side. We're in the process of looking for campsites. All right, we have found a spot to set up camp. Gonna be back right here in the bushes. I'm looking around right here and I'm seeing moose footprints, and I'm sure grizzlies and black bears are gonna use this area as like a walkway. You'd rather them not walk right into your tent, so we'll be back a ways. Yeah. You might hear some noise down here, Mags, in the middle of the night. All right, so I don't know if you can see me. This is maybe mile for mile best hiking I've ever done in my life. Absolutely incredible. This area is much more suitable for wildlife than I expected, which is pretty cool. I mean, there's tons of moose tracks down on the shore. So we'll see what happens tonight. All right, we are packed up and we're heading out. So we are going to try and make a good pace today. And by good pace, I mean 1,000 times better pace than yesterday. That's probably the slowest hiking we've ever done, because we're gonna get back to the car. Then we're heading up to Denali. Okay, so we are now walking through that area where we saw the black bear yesterday, and it's early in the morning. So, got my bear spray out. There's worse things on this trail than black bears. All right, we can see the parking lot. It's kind of a cool way to close out this whole hike, is to go down through a rainforest. It's really cool. It's like being in Washington. All right, we have made it. That was incredible. Maggie, any thoughts, final thoughts? Go ahead.
It's beautiful.
Poetic. We have officially hit the trail. It is absolutely spectacular moose habitat. The best that I've ever experienced. And it's also the moose rut right now. So beginning of September, we're seeing a couple big bulls. So definitely want to keep your distance. Those guys' hormones are flying right now. And you'll see them just crashing their antlers into trees. Seriously never seen this many animal tracks on a trail. So this trail has actually turned into a little bit of an unexpected surprise where we're way up on a ridge almost, and actually I can see the Alaskan range out there. See how quiet it is. You scared. My heart stopped. I would have tumbled down the hill to my death. What do you think? Set it up right here in the grass? We're just gonna do a few more miles tomorrow and end up at the Parks Highway, which is not in Denali, and hitchhike, and I think we gotta go like 6 miles back to the visitor center, and then we're gonna have to catch a 2 o'clock bus where we're gonna be staying in Unit 7. We're in Unit 1 right now. The whole park is divided up into units. I don't know, it might be like 50 units or something. But the park itself is like the size of Vermont, so it's ridiculous. And aside from this trail, this is legitimately the only trail in Denali with kind of designated campsites. They're not run by the park at all, but like where we're staying here and a couple other spots, they're clearly campsites, and there's a trail for it. But other than that, it's all just, you just get off the bus because they don't allow cars past mile 15, so the buses can go to like 90, and you hop off the bus wherever your unit is, wherever you're designated for, and you can just go. So that's what we're doing tomorrow. So obviously, since we're in Denali, this is prime grizzly habitat. Unit 1, which is where we are, they're not seen as often. It's more black bears, and the grizzlies are more out in the open space. But this is Denali, this is Alaska, and grizzlies are seen in here. The signs at the front of the trail. I even read that if grizzlies are in this area, it's because they're hunting moose calves. Which is kind of scary that they'd be on like the offensive. So Denali requires you to be 300 yards from any grizzly. That's like barely visible. They say like if you can tell that it's a bear, then you're too close. However, we're camping and anything could come up to the tent. So we had to go through like a whole like speech, and we had to watch a half-hour video what to do if a bear comes. And then you have to create like a triangle where you camp, and then 100 yards away is where you eat, 100 yards away is where you store your food. So I think that is going to be it for this one night here on Second Lake. Wow. I don't know if you can hear that. We just heard some strange sound in the back of the tent. Never heard that before. Maybe it's a bird. But yeah, unless something happens tonight, which it might. We might get an animal in this area. Who knows? You can see some blue sky. Maybe we'll even see the northern lights. We're going to sit here for a while. This will probably be it. And see you in the morning. All right, good morning. It's a peaceful night. I'm going to make some coffee. I'm going to get out of here. Morning coffee in Denali. It's always better in the woods. All right, we were all packed up. Oh, I've been wanting to get that on camera. Maggie's figured out a way to get her things without actually bending down.
This one's a tough one.
So they built that right here, this mound. Maybe they're off right now. All right, can see the road. We're gonna finish the trail. We got a ride. All right, we're on the bus. I'm a little nervous. Maggie's fine.
Be ready to load if you're looking for a ride. Have your pepper spray, bear spray already put away. I heard about another bear that was visible in the last hour or two.
Bull moose down there, right, like there. All right, thanks a lot.
You bet.
So it begins. Hopping off a bus and hiking into a trailless wilderness. Lots of grizzlies. And there goes our bus. Now I think we're gonna climb down that way. There's a cabin supposedly back there. The river runs right alongside the cliff. So we gotta get up over the top of that bluff, follow it the whole way, drop down, continue up the river a few miles. These clouds look ominous. Everything about this looks ominous. Maggie looks ominous. Just up ahead, there's a grizzly bear sighting. He was telling us on the bus. And we saw a bull moose even closer than that, so this place is wild. We are officially off trail. That's our turning point, that cabin, and we'll find a way to cross this creek and then up that hill. We're gonna cross here. We took our boots off. Okay, made it across. Wasn't too bad, it was just really cold. All right, we're climbing up this. I made it to the top. Maggie is almost here. Look at this. This is what it's like.
It wasn't this ugly the whole time.
No, that's how it was for me at the final like 30 seconds.
Okay.
I had to just crawl through bushes.
Okay.
Look at the views. Alright, taking a break here. An early break, but that was a tough start to the hike. Gonna drink at least a liter of water so we're hydrated, and then we're gonna filter this because that giant river down that side of us is all glacier water, which is very silty and it'll clog the filters.
There were moments where I kind of panicked because you were so far ahead I couldn't see you and I was being swallowed.
Yikes. Maggie put on her orange hat so I won't lose her. Filtering water right now. The sun coming out. Sun shower. At times this looks like easy walking or tundra or something, but it's actually chest high. It's Maggie high willows. The other thing about Unit 7, Denali National Park, but Unit 7 in particular, is that everyone we've talked to has told us that this is the unit with the most grizzly bear activity. I was assigned this unit, okay? But this does have the most grizzly bear activity, according to everybody. And we're in willows right now, where grizzlies love to hang out, so we need to kind of get over this and be done with it. We were hoping we could drop down here, but that goes pretty much straight down right there. This is really sketchy right now. Hey bear! Yo bear! And animal tracks everywhere. Look at those caribou antlers right there. Big. Yep. There are a lot of grizzly digs around here. Grizzlies are big diggers. Tell you what, my backpacking tarp would have served us well today. But I spilled scrambled eggs all over it when I was attacked by a bird. So this warm meal feels absolutely amazing. It's freezing. Stopped raining, thank God. Still pretty soaked even though I had all that rain gear. Hiking through pouring rain and soaking wet bush. 5 feet tall. For a few hours, it's nothing you can do. Feels like I have a gallon of water in my right boot. So I gotta address that, but right now this warm meal is saving me. This is the most wild experience of my life. It just has a different feel out here. There's animal tracks everywhere. We have to really be on top of our grizzly stuff. So it's a little sketchy. And I'm starting to shake from being so cold. So after this, put our food away. Probably gonna hide in the tent for a little bit and change my clothes and get warm. Now we gotta walk back to our tent. I gotta change into some warm clothing. Maggie's doing fine, apparently.
I'm not fine.
Ever since the bushes.
I'm definitely not fine.
Not sure how much sleep I'll get tonight. Maggie says she's gonna get great sleep. But who knows, maybe we'll hear a wolf howl. This is prime wolf habitat.
This is Mike Wanders production. We're out here, Unit 7 of Denali.
Electric stuff, Max.
Listen,
Listen.
he's turning me off now!
Alright, so that's probably going to do it for day 1 out here in Unit 7. Some off-trail backpacking in Denali. Absolutely epic. It was everything I thought it would be. Difficult, exciting, wet, cold, and thrilling with the wildlife. See what happens tonight. Got our bear spray. Hopefully nothing happens. And got amazing views out here, mountains, got the river. And unless something crazy happens, that might be the end of day 1. And I'll see you tomorrow. Okay, it has stopped raining for the time being. A lot of my stuff is still wet. My boots are wet. So we're gonna try to move on this hike. It was a quiet night. There were a couple times where I woke up and remembered where I was, and my heart started beating a little bit. Going to the bathroom in the middle of the night in the pitch black over there, surrounded by willows and river and prime grizzly habitat. Yeah, that was a memorable piss. But all right, time to start the day. Going now to pick up the air sack and the bear keg. Hopefully it's still there. And we have hit the trail. Just kidding, there's absolutely no trail. Denali is actually, I think it's right there. It's just behind these clouds. Luckily we saw it earlier in the week. But that's crazy. Tallest mountain in North America, right there. Over 20,000 feet. All right, we have what I believe is a caribou track. And then look, right next to it, wolf tracks. Might do a quick wet step. These rocks are loose. Maggie trying to create a bridge. Classic. Heading back into the willows here for a little bit. This water's kind of running up along the edge. Decent river right here. And let's just somehow get across. Oh! Fully fell in. You might want to try a different area. I'm just surprised that was as deep as it was. I went down to my knee.
Oh, that is really deep.
Yeah.
Hold on.
You gotta go quick. This stuff is difficult, but oh my god, is it epic. It might be the most memorable backpacking experience of my life. So this is mile 43. It's actually the furthest you can go on the park road. And now we gotta wait for a camper bus to hopefully pick us up.
Thank you so much. I really
All right,
appreciate
thank you.
it.
Travel stay about 4.5 days.
All right.
All right. All right, have a good one. My feet are still wet. All right, thanks for watching, guys.